Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott Wave update for ICP. I'm going to focus down on the hourly chart over here off the low, but real quick recap off the significant low at 282. We got a nice clean 5-wave move to the upside. Ways to lean to the fact that this is an impulse is take the beginning of wave 1 off of wave 2, extend that out off of wave 1, and this is the zone we look for our 4th wave pivot, the top end of that channel. You can see we got our 5th wave move right at that point. We got our 3rd wave extended clean 5-wave move. We can use our indicators to verify that. Our 3rd of the 3rd is peak RSI with the most volume, everything reacting as expected. Our 4th wave was a running flat as expected, and we target the 1-to-1 extension of our wave 1 off of wave 4, which is right there at 1870, to target for our 5th wave. So it looks very clean as a 5-wave move. After that, we expect a 3-wave move correction between ideally the 50 and the 618. You can see we came down in a 3-wave move to the 618 right between the golden zone, and we pivoted off that level. So everything looks clean for the next move to the upside. Now for our correction, we had a complex correction as a WXY with a triangle X. The 1-to-1 extension of W off X is right there at 641. We just ticked through that, hit the 618, reversed. So it looks very good. Now, as per targets on the larger term time frame, looking for the 1.618 extension of the entire 5-wave move to the upside off the low. Makes a larger 1-2. So imagine this in a larger time frame, looking for this massive move to the upside on the larger view. Now where that takes us, if this pivot holds as wave 2, on log scale is way up at 150. So we're looking for a larger version of this off this low. Nothing says we have to get this. This is just standard guidelines and expectations. So we'll see if we end up getting that. But right now I'm going to focus down on this area, down on the 1 hourly. So we're looking for a smaller version of the wave 1 and 2. So looking for 5 waves up here. Now, last video I talked about the fact that this does qualify as a WXY flat and a 5th wave, but we did not hit ideal targets. We were looking for between the 200 and 2.236 and the 1-to-1 extension of wave 1 off of wave 4 in that scenario. So this is technically a completed count, but it's not following guidelines as expected. So I don't put a lot of promise into this being the correct count, but looking where BTC is at, I have to at least consider it an option. And the way that would pan out is we have our 5-wave move here as an A wave, looking for a 3-wave move for a B. So it's going to be important to pay attention to this. And then a C wave move at the 1-to-1 extension. This would all become a larger 1 and 2. Now, ways to protect against this. I'm hedged at the moment on this one. As with a lot of other ones, is this needs to get moving because we're looking in the bullish scenario. I'll show you in a second. To stay bullish, we're looking for an impulse. So we need this to start moving pretty quickly and get the 1-to-1 extension of wave 1 off this as a wave 4. So if we do get overlap here, lots of overlap, and we start selling off, I'll probably close my long and just let my hedge run short. But I'll show you the other count, and that is that we have a flat complete. Now, things I don't like about this count is the fact we're almost outside of this trend line, the pitchfork, the outer boundary line, and I wanted to see a pivot right at the edge here at this area to the upside. So this isn't invalidated, we just need to get moving right now. And this is still my primary count and still until proven otherwise. So I'm going to be paying attention to this wave and I'll make sure to update that. But as of right now, I have our 3rd wave high right here at the 1.618 extension of wave 1 off wave 2 and targeting the 1-to-1 extension of wave 1 off of this proposed wave 4 low, which is up at basically $12, right between the 200 and 2.236 we would expect it to be complete. Now in this scenario, we have a 3-3-5 wave down. So you can see how it can be an A wave down if the 5th is actually up here, or it can be a C wave in a 5-wave move. We don't know which one we'll get until we see the action right here. Now, other alternatives that kind of add to the extra annoyance of it is this can also be right in this zone, a flat, right? Or even a triangle where we come down and we actually tick the 1.618 of wave A off wave B, and then we get our move to the upside. So kind of an annoying zone. I'm just hedged at the moment. I would just want to let this resolve and get probabilities on my side. So we'll see which one we get here. But right now, this is still my bias. Looking for around $12, hold this level. But if we sell off any more than this, at 9.14 at the 1.618, I would be expecting this is actually an A wave, and this is an 1, 2, 3. This again, this is either a triangle fourth or a running flat, and that's our fifth. And I would call this an A wave. Look to close my long at this B wave and let my short run for the C wave, like so. So let me get to delete that. And one other thing of note is because this is a fifth wave, which adds to a little bit of confusion, we don't necessarily need to get an impulse. We can get a diagonal. So we can get a lot of three-wave overlap. Fifth waves can be quite difficult, just for the fact that that option is available, and you have to be aware of that. So what I'll probably do is, once I get an idea of what's happening here, I'll probably, my longs, I'll probably run to the 786. So I'll just keep pushing my stop up until I can see a completed wave count. And from there, I will decide what to do. I wish I could give you all that information on here, but it would take an hour to explain. But basically, once we start moving to the upside, whether we get that one more move down and this becomes some sort of triangle or flat, and we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we move up, you should be following the rules and guidelines of Elliott Wave. Or if we get a 1 and a 2 and we start going, move your stop to that wave 2. And then once you get a third, remember you can't overlap wave 1. Ideally, you hold above the 50. So you can just keep moving it up for your rules. And once you see divergence, down on the 15-minute would be this one. If we get an impulse between the third and the fifth, probably hedge again and then look for that ABC back. But if you get a diagonal, it's going to be a little bit more confusing, but you can still use just past the 618 as a stop or a hedge. All right, guys, so that's it for ICP. If you have any questions, let me know, and thanks for watching.